40 rare and unseen photos that reveal the mysteries of World War II. A photo of British soldiers dressed in women's clothing manning an anti-aircraft gun in England in 1940. These troops were rehearsing for a Christmas charity performance when German bombers approached, leaving them no time to change out of their costumes. Arab recruits line up in a barrack square in the British Mandate of Palestine for their first exercise under British command on December 28, 1940. Around 6,000 Palestinian Arabs enlisted in the British Army during World War II. Renowned German-American actress Marlene Dietrich shares a kiss with an American soldier returning home from the war in 1945. Another soldier nearby smiles as he watches the moment. Soviet soldiers share a moment of laughter and relaxation during the intense Battle of Stalingrad in August 1942, demonstrating humanity amid one of the war's bloodiest battles. German soldiers exchange clothing with their French girlfriends in 1942 during the occupation of France, which began in 1940 and profoundly affected everyday life in the region. American soldiers humorously pose with a captured German anti-tank rocket launcher in 1944, demonstrating their camaraderie despite the grim backdrop of war. A Dutch woman enters military captivity with her German soldier husband, refusing to part from him despite the end of German occupation in the Netherlands. November 1944. Soviet soldiers talk with German women shortly after Germany's defeat in January 1945. Marking the beginning of post-war reconstruction and reorganization. Artists entertain civilians taking shelter in a London Underground station around 1941, providing brief reprieves from the destruction caused by German bombers. A French woman photographed with German soldiers during the occupation of France between 1940 and 1944. Fearless female Soviet snipers train in 1943. Showcasing the Soviet Union's unprecedented inclusion of women in combat roles during World War II. Soldiers with an inflatable Sherman tank in 1944, part of the U.S. Ghost Army, used to deceive German aerial reconnaissance and mislead them about Allied positions. American soldiers crowded on an assault boat under heavy German fire while crossing the Rhine River in March 1945, a crucial step toward Allied victory. British infantry entrenched near Bardia, Libya, during the Allied siege of the Italian-occupied port, which fell on January 5, 1941. German infantry advancing towards Stalingrad in August 1942, passing a massive crater caused by Luftwaffe bombing. Soviet and American troops meet on the Elbe River Bridge near Torgau in 1945, symbolizing the Allies' unity against Nazi Germany. An American soldier helps a woman and her son emerge from a cave during the battle for Saipan Island in 1944, highlighting the human cost of war in the Pacific. German soldiers at ease, showcasing a captured French artillery gun in June 1940. The photo reflects the contrasting moments of warfare and normalcy. Citizens of Leningrad draw water from a broken pipe during the nearly 900-day siege in the winter of 1942. Enduring extreme hardship under German encirclement. Captured German women, including Army and Nurse Corps members, enjoy the sun at a U.S. Army POW camp in Germany, May 12, 1945. Soviet snipers, including renowned Rosa Chanina, inspect a newly liberated town in East Prussia, February 1945. Chanina earned fame for her exceptional skill as a sniper. A young Chinese boy carries water through rubble after relentless Japanese bombing in China on August 10, 1940, showcasing resilience amid devastation. An American tank crew listens to a malnourished U.S. citizen liberated from Santo Tomas internment camp in Manila, Philippines in 1944. A Soviet soldier embraces a U.S. 82nd Airborne Division soldier during their historic meeting on the Elbe River in May 1945. A German soldier slips on ice during Operation Barbarossa, highlighting moments of levity amidst the brutality of war. Soviet women lead cattle to market in German-occupied countryside in January 1941, a stark image of survival under occupation. Legendary Soviet sniper Lyudmila Pavlichenko pauses for a photo during combat in Sevastopol in June 1942, credited with 309 confirmed kills. An American woman kneels to kiss her fiancé, a wheelchair-bound World War II veteran, during an emotional reunion in 1945. A Soviet woman embraces a soldier in a newly liberated village after the Battle of Moscow in December 1941. A U.S. soldier says goodbye to his wife before departing for Europe at a New York train station in April 1943. A German woman stands beside the ruins of Cologne in 1945 with her remaining possessions. American soldiers display artillery shells decorated as Easter eggs for the German army in a symbolic gesture on March 10, 1945. A French woman serves tea to a British soldier in Normandy in 1944, likely a stage photograph to boost morale. 2 American soldiers escort 10 German prisoners on Omaha Beach in June 1944, shortly after the D-Day landings. Allied vehicles and equipment stormed the French coast during the Normandy landings in June 1944, marking the beginning of the liberation of Western Europe. An impressive parade of 57,000 German prisoners of war is escorted through the streets of Moscow in 1944. This was part of the aftermath of Operation Bagration, the Soviet Union's monumental offensive against Nazi forces in the summer of that year. Often overshadowed by D-Day, historians argue Operation Bagration was pivotal in determining the war's outcome. Refugee families, using wooden strollers and prams to carry their children and belongings, returned to Berlin along bombed-out streets on July 11, 1945, as fighting in Europe comes to an end. British troops entered Berlin on July 4th, following Germany's surrender on May 9, 1945. Soviet soldiers display lowered German military symbols during the Victory Day military parade in Moscow on June 24, 1945, celebrating the defeat of Nazi Germany. An American soldier passionately kisses a French woman after the liberation of Paris, which had been under German occupation since June 22, 1940. The people of Leningrad, Soviet Union, gather around a large German bomb that failed to detonate in 1943, symbolizing resilience amidst constant bombing. In the summer of 1941, German soldiers pose smiling with a Soviet sign stating, "The quickest way home is to be in a Russian prisoner of war camp," unaware of the hardships they would soon face on the Eastern Front. A photograph of Irma Gracie and Josef Kramer, notorious Auschwitz guards, taken after their arrest and conviction for war crimes in August 1945. U.S. reinforcements land in Normandy through crashing waves following the June 1944 D-Day invasion, pivotal to liberating Europe from Nazi control. Japanese pilots received their final orders before the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, on December 7, 1941. Marking the United States' entry into World War II. German soldiers captured during the Battle of the Bulge stand on the streets of Bastogne, Belgium, on January 9, 1945, following their surrender to the U.S. 4th Armored Division, which had broken the German siege. German soldiers wade through icy waters on the Eastern Front in Russia on May 23, 1942, as spring thaw turns battlefields into muddy swamps. German mothers lead their children to enroll in the first public school opened by the U.S. military government in post-war Germany on June 6, 1945, symbolizing the rebuilding of lives and education systems after the war's devastation. If you like the video, be sure to hit the like button. Let us know which photo you like the most by commenting. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos and easy viewing. Make sure to follow our Facebook page as well. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.